Particle accelerators, a term frequently tossed around in the world of science. But just what are they, how do they work, and why are they so important? As the name suggests, they are devices that accelerate charged particles to higher energies using electromagnetic fields. The elementary particles collide with stationary objects or another bunch of particles. Accelerators can be split into two groups, electrostatic and oscillating field particle accelerators. Early accelerators relied on the principles of electrostatics, hence the name. A time-independent field is set up by placing electrodes at either end of the device. Your TV and computer screens contain such an accelerator, known as a cathode ray tube. However, large electric fields are needed to generate high-energy particles, which is difficult and dangerous to maintain. Most research into subatomic particles and radiation use oscillating field accelerators. An AC voltage produces an oscillating electromagnetic field. Two groups further define these accelerators. Linear accelerators, aka LINACs, accelerate beams in a linear path and make use of drift tubes. When the electric field reverses and anti-peaks, the beam enters the drift tube to be shielded, preventing deceleration. As they leave, the field peaks again, causing further acceleration. However, each consecutive tube needs to be longer as the beam velocity increases, resulting in lengthily designed LINACs. The largest LINAC at the Stanford Linear Accelerator Center is 2 miles long, generating energies of 50 GeV. Cyclic and circular accelerators make the second group and use electromagnets to generate magnetic fields perpendicular to the motion of the beams. This produces a centripetal force causing circular or spiral motion of the beams. Various accelerators include the cyclotron, betatron, microtron, and synchrocyclotron. The synchrotron and storage ring collider are of deeper interest in the scientific world. Synchrotrons use varying magnetic fields, which increase in magnitude over time to maintain a constant orbital radius due to the increase in mass as the particle reaches relativistic speeds. Synchrotron radiation is another feature, which is radiation usually in the X-ray range, released by the particle in tangent to its motion. As a consequence, there is energy loss to the system, limiting the total energy gain. However, synchrotron radiation has many uses, in spectroscopy for example. Storage ring colliders such as the LHC and CERN follow the idea of colliding two high-energy beams, allowing the conditions of the early universe to be replicated. The LHC is composed of a chain of particle accelerators such as the LINAC-2 and proton synchrotron booster, eventually producing 7 TeV collisions. Thank you for listening to this podcast.